Here we go. Tonight is carrier bearing night. 2006 Chevy 3500 diesel, Allison 6-speed, missing drive shaft. Two-piece. Was thinking about getting one of those one-piece deals, but I don't have an additional $900 right now to spend. So, figure out what's going on with this. Had a vibration in this for a while since I've gotten it, and I wasn't sure what it was. Assumed it was a U-joint because the truck sat, so I did what everyone else does, and I ordered the U-joint ahead of time before I took anything apart. And that wasn't really the best move because all these are in pretty good shape both ways, and I pulled the caps off. So anyway, I've done a lot of stuff, but I've never changed a carrier bearing on a truck like this before, so I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. So I decided to dig using a 4.5-inch angle grinder. And what I found was you cut through all the rubber, cut those pieces off, they're all going to be rotted together. It's going to make a lot of smoke and a big mess. And then you cut through the outer deal here for the bearing, get that off and get the balls off. And then pound that off, and then chisel on this after you grind on it, and that piece goes flying, and you'll never see it again. And I'm assuming the new one, I'm going to just clean that up and drive it on. Hopefully this takes care of the vibration, but I'm not totally sure that it's going to. I think there's something else going on too. Man, what I wouldn't do for piece of emery cloth right now. I just don't look at this one. Oh, here's some. You know, now we got the little smooth part of the shaft cleaned up. Turned out I had some 80 grit sandpaper there on my toolbox, so you don't have to go crazy cleaning it up. You don't want to dig to China. But, you know, the next time we're in here, I'll probably replace with one of those one-piece drive shafts and refinance my house, or maybe I'll just sell the truck by then. So I figure we'll do a little unboxing video here. So I went and got a Precision because it's late at night and this is what they had. But you know, that's good stuff. Precision's good. They did ask whether it had studs or no studs. Mine had studs, and I hope that the nuts that came off of there fit. So this doesn't look anything like the one that came off because it's not all rotted. So just gonna press that puppy on there and then put this dust cap boot holder on, and you know, we'll keep on trucking. Beautiful. So you basically get that bearing started and then just tap the inner race on, nicey nice. I started off with a brass drift because, you know, a drive shaft for a 1-ton truck with a diesel, you know, made to withstand 600 foot-pounds of torque, you know, you got to treat it gentle. But as I went further on, I ended up with an old-fashioned punch. Got it on there, got the little boot holder on. I know what you're thinking. You shouldn't clamp the drive shaft like that because you're going to bend it. But I went real easy. It's just sitting in there, some way for me to hold it a little bit. So I think the next step is to put it back together, and you can see my marks here where the thing went together. That's with a tire crayon, which they can be hard to find around here because I think some of the help eats them. So, all right, next step, it's going back in. There it is. All installed. The front two U-joints on this are not greasable. Lifetime, I suppose. Whose lifetime, I'm not sure. But the rear joint, the one that I thought was bad, is greasable. Probably another Precision product. Greased up. I really spoiled her. Next up, test drive. Let's go. Well, now that we're done with the drive shafts, maybe I'll do a little overview on the truck here. Fire it up. Let it run for a minute. This is a 06 model, LBZ. Ooh, crusty under here. Saw a lot of winter use before I got it, but she's still holding up okay. Dual alternator. Haven't done much under here besides basic service and a couple batteries. see the hookups there for the fuel air separation system. Fast to the layperson. Other than that, some exhaust. I could put EFI Live on, and I had the whole underneath of the truck sandblasted and painted. I've got it all coated up with some other stuff. Try and keep the rust at bay. New England is brutal. Did the Raptor liner on the bed. Get the gooseneck peeking through there. When I did get this, all the bed rails were rotted out real bad, so I replaced those. Pulled the bed off, did a few things to it, including the ranch hand bumper. Pretty serious. Schedule 40 poop pipe there. I really don't do a lot of ranching, but they look cool. The exhaust going. Pretty straight truck, 100,000 miles on it. A lot of front end work I did. Shocks, brakes, bearings, stuff like that. You know, they're getting harder to find like this, that's for sure.